Hey everyone! Thank you so much for joining us today for another PIF video. I am so excited to be covering light painting with you guys. But before we dive into that, let's take a step back and talk about the word photography. Because believe it or not, the origins of that word are relevant to today's video. So the term photography was coined in 1839. And the Greek word phos means light. And graphy means drawing or writing. So when you put the word together, photography, it means drawing with light. And that's what we're going to be doing today, light painting. Simply put, it means illuminating a subject in the dark with an external light source. And light painting, we can do that with words or pictures. And with this, we are going to be using light instead of paint and capture it with our camera instead of a canvas. Now today's vocab word is exposure. Exposure determines how much light or dark an image will appear when it's captured by your camera. Using the right equipment, some photographers are able to capture the movement of the stars across the night sky by setting exposure of several hours. This means that it takes several hours for a single photograph to collect all the light during that period of time. Now, exposure in photography means that we can manually set our camera to stay open and collect the light for a predetermined amount of time. And this could be a few seconds to a few hours. Now, the PIF cameras that we're working with have a maximum exposure of 20 to 30 seconds. So that's what we are going to be working with today.
To get our camera ready for light painting, first we need to start by turning it on. And currently it is on auto setting, so we're going to press the green auto button and get it to program. Now that we're at program, we're going to hit func set, and we're going to press this arrow here and scroll down until we find the moon and the star setting, which is our long shutter setting. This is the official light painting setting that we need our camera to be on. Now when we have our light painting setting on, there's a couple things we need to make sure that we set as well. So the very first thing we do is look at our shutter speed. How many seconds do we want our exposure to be? This camera goes from 1 second all the way to 15 seconds. So we recommend at a minimum 5 seconds, and depending on how elaborate your drawings or words are, you probably want to have maybe 13 or 15 seconds. Same thing goes if you have multiple people. If you're by yourself, maybe you'll want to look at between 10 to 13 seconds as well. It just depends on what your light painting project entails and how many people are involved. The other thing too is if you are working by yourself, it is extremely helpful to use the self timer. That way you give yourself enough time to press the shutter button and step in front of your camera and then prepare yourself for your light painting design. So if we are working by ourselves, the 10-second self timer is helpful, or the 2-second self timer. And with that, you are ready to go for light painting.
Hey boys and girls, how's it going? Today we're going to talk about light painting. What's so cool about this activity is you can do it from the park to your place and just about anywhere in between. This includes around town, in your backyard, or even in your room, as long as it's dark enough. You'll just need a few tools. You'll need your camera, a tripod, or a stable space to set your camera on, a light source, which can even be the flashlight from your cell phone, and it will just need a dark room. So what we'll do is we'll set our camera down on a stable surface, put it in the right settings, and it will get in a very dark spot. Once we do that, we can mess around and take some really cool pictures and make some really cool designs with our light sources. Feel free to get creative on how we do this, and let's go try it for ourselves. Thanks for joining us, boys and girls, for our light painting extravaganza.
Here's some examples from past PIF outings of light photography. We look forward to seeing yours.